What up, y'all? It's your boy, Mr. Downtown Ray Melo, and you're listening to the Entertainment Report on iHeartRadio, live from Dubai for Wednesday, July 19th, 2017, delivering some major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Melo, that's RAYMELO, on Twitter at The Enter Report, or on Instagram at The Entertainment Report. You can listen to the show anytime you want on iHeartRadio. Just go to iHeart.com or your iHeart phone app, search for The Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to the page. James Franco portrays infamous filmmaker Tommy Wiseau in the first teaser trailer for The Disaster Artist. The clip released Tuesday features James Franco repeatedly attempting to remember his lines while filming the cult classic film The Room, a picture that is widely regarded as the worst film ever made. Helping Franco with his lines is his brother Dave Franco, who portrays Room star Greg Sestero. His memoir, The Disaster Artist, serves as the inspiration for the film. Seth Rogen is also seen as Room script supervisor Sandy Seklar. Once James remembers his lines, Dave and Rogen are seen celebrating along with the rest of the film crew as his bizarre portrayal is seemingly welcome. The teaser notes, based on the true story of one movie so bad it becomes infamous. The Disaster Artist, directed by James Franco, also stars Paul Scheer and Jason Mantzoukas, and it will be set for wide release on December 8th. The stars of Starz time-traveling series Outlander confront lost love in a new trailer for Season 3. The clip released Tuesday shows Claire, played by Katrina Balfe, as she raises her daughter, Brianna, with husband Frank Randall, played by Tobias Menzies, in 20th century Boston. The couple argue over Claire's disappearance in the first season to 18th century Scotland and the husband she left behind there. Meanwhile, back in the 18th century, Brianna's biological father, Jamie, played by Sam Heughan, mourns Claire's return to the 20th century. He's imprisoned in the wake of Scotland's loss to England in the Battle of Culloden. The trailer ends, though, with a hint that the two will reunite as Claire searches for Jamie through historical records. She says as the trailer shows her once again in 18th century garb, "I found him, I want to go back." Season 3 of Outlander is scheduled to air September 10th. It is based on the third book in Diana Gabaldon's series Voyager. The series also stars Sophie Skelton as Brianna, Laura Donnelly, Richard Rankin, and Lottie Verbeek. Starz is developing a fictional drama series based on the life of Mariah Carey. The series will follow the rise of a biracial 16-year-old singer who lives in New York City in 1986 as she becomes the highest-selling female artist of all time, Deadline reported. Carey is executive producing the project along with filmmaker Brett Ratner, who directed Rush Hour. Nina Coleman will script the series and will also serve as a showrunner. The pop star was recently the subject of an e-reality series titled Mariah's World that documented the singer as she prepared for a European tour and planned her wedding to ex-fiancé James Packer. Carey has also been previously guest starred on Fox's music drama Empire. Steve Whitmire, the voice behind lead Muppet Kermit the Frog, was fired recently due to, quote, unacceptable business conduct, said Muppets Studio, which is owned by Disney. Muppets Studio said in their full statement, "The role of Kermit the Frog is an iconic one that is beloved by fans, and we take our responsibility to protect the integrity of that character very seriously. We raised concerns about Steve's repeated unacceptable business conduct over a period of many years, and he consistently failed to address the feedback. The decision to part ways was a difficult one, which was made in consultation with the Henson family and has their full support." Whitmire will be replaced by Matt Vogel, who is taking over the voicing the iconic character, starting with the newest edition of Muppets Through the Week, a weekly web video that premieres across the Muppets social media channels. Whitmire first took the role of Kermit starting in 1990 following the death of Muppets creator Jim Henson. The actor's last notable work as Kermit was seen during ABC's short-lived comedy series The Muppets. In an interview with The Hollywood Reporter, Whitmire says that his objections to aspects surrounding Muppets led to his termination along with a union disagreement. Whitmire said, "The first issue was that they felt I had been disrespectful and being outspoken on character issues with the small group of top creative people during the ABC series. I've been outspoken about what's best for the Muppets since the Muppets came to Disney, but the fact is I have respect for everyone who was involved in the creation of that series for their own particular contributions. At the same time, I also have insight into their limitations with respect to how well they know the Muppets." Whitmire further discusses firing on his blog Sunday, writing, "I see my most important task as providing a taste of the atmosphere created by Jim Henson to those post-Jim Core performers who will never otherwise come by it. My hope was to install it directly into their hearts and minds so that they could, in turn, be inspired to do the same for the next generation of performers instead of the characters becoming stale copies of their former selves. But as I look around at what is presently transpiring, it is clear to me that the job is far from done. Daniel Radcliffe rushed to the aid of a tourist in West London recently who was slashed in the face during a robbery. The victim in his 50s was in Great Britain on vacation when he was targeted for his Louis Vuitton bag by two muggers riding a mop, the Telegraph reported. After making their escape, former police officer David Vidcaset went after the thieves in his car and upon his return noticed Radcliffe attending to the victim. Vidcaset shared with the Evening Standard, "It was a bit of a surreal moment. I said, 'You're Daniel Radcliffe,' and he replied, 'I am.'" He continued by saying he was a really nice bloke. A lot of stars wouldn't have stopped to help, and before noting that the victim was very, very shaken up. A spokeswoman for Radcliffe confirmed that the Harry Potter star was present at the scene of the crime. Police are continuing to investigate the robbery with no arrests made. Prince William, Kate Middleton, and their kids kicked off a 5-day tour of Poland and Germany. The Duke and Duchess of Cambridge arrived Monday with 3-year-old Prince George and 2-year-old Princess Charlotte in Warsaw, where they were greeted by Jonathan Nod, the British ambassador to Poland, and Arkady Rygacki, the Polish ambassador to Great Britain, according to E! News. The royal family made their way to the Polish presidential palace, where they were attended and welcomed the ceremony hosted by President Andrzej Duda and First Lady Agata Kornhauser-Duda. Prince William later gave his speech of the tour at a garden party honoring his grandmother, Queen Elizabeth II, who celebrated her 91st birthday in April. He says, "Tonight we have double reason to celebrate. We mark the birth of my grandmother, the Queen, and we celebrate and death and breathe and share tides of our two great countries." Kensington Palace shared a number of photos on Twitter from the first day of the tour, including a picture of the royal family arriving in Warsaw and a snapshot of school children greeting Middleton. The palace tweeted, "What a brilliant day in Warsaw and great start to #WorldVisitPoland. Looking forward to meeting the people of Gdańsk tomorrow." Prince William and Middleton left their children behind Tuesday to visit Stuchów, a former Nazi concentration camp outside Gdańsk. The couple were greeted and led in a short prayer by two Jewish survivors of the camp. At 70 shows alum, Topher Grace is going to be a first-time dad. The 39-year-old actor was spotted with pregnant wife Ashley Hinshaw during an outing Saturday in Los Angeles, according to People. Hinshaw debuted a slight baby bump as she and Grace stepped out to lunch at Sweet Butter Kitchen in Sherman Oaks. E! News confirmed the 28-year-old actress and Grace are expecting their first child. Grace and Hinshaw were married in 2016 near Santa Barbara, California. The actor confessed prior to his wedding that he was leaving the planning in Hinshaw's hands. He told E! News, "I don't do any wedding planning. It's not up to me. I'm just going to show up." Grace is known for playing Eric Foreman on That 70 Show and has since appeared in the movies Spider-Man 3, Predators, and War Machine. He said in an interview with Watch What Happens Live in November that he finds it fascinating that That 70 Show co-star Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis ultimately married. The actor told host Andy Cohen, "You know, it's funny because it's fascinating to everyone, but it's fascinating to people in the cast too. It's like two of your best friends from high school meet years after high school and got together." Peta Murgatroyd holds son Shai close in a new photo from her wedding. The 31-year-old Australian dancer posted a picture with a 7-month-old from her nuptials to Maxim Chermaninsky while celebrating her 31st birthday on Friday. She captioned the snapshot, "My light, my eternal love, Shai Alexander Chermaninsky. On my birthday, there is nothing more that I want to be with is you." Murgatroyd married Chermaninsky in Ohio Castle in Huntington, New York on July 8th. The newlyweds couldn't help but gush about each other and their wedding in subsequent posts last week. Murgatroyd wrote on July 12th, July 8th, 2017 was the most magical day of my life. I married my soulmate, my perfect man, the only man I could see myself growing old with. I will love you until the end at Maxime C. #Mrs. Chermaninsky, #my husband. Chermaninsky added the same day, "My love at Peta Murgatroyd. I've been waiting for this day my whole life. Some moments are blurry because I couldn't stop thinking how incredible you looked. My heart is overwhelmed with love. My soul is elated, and my life is finally complete. I am truly the luckiest person ever." Murgatroyd and Chermaninsky met as pros on Dancing with the Stars Season 13 and got engaged in December 2015. They welcomed Shai in January. In a related story, newlyweds Julianne Hough and Laich went retro in stunning new photos for their honeymoon this week. The 20-year-old professional dancer and 34-year-old NHL free agent shared 1950s-inspired pictures Tuesday on Instagram from their tropical getaway in the Shai. Hough, who wore a high-waisted bikini and cat-eye sunglasses, captioned a snapshot of herself with Laich, "Everything's better with you, #honeymoon." Laich added a photo on his own account, "My wife and I circa 1957. Hough and Laich left for their honeymoon Saturday after marrying July 8th in Coulter d'Alene, Idaho. Over 200 guests attended the wedding, including Hough's brother Derek Hough, as well as Nina Dubrave, Aaron Paul, and Mark Ballas. Hough told People, "I don't think I ever really necessarily dreamed about my wedding as a kid, but I know I will always cherish and remember for the rest of my life." Laich also added, "It was really important to me that we had the ceremony outdoors. Julianne and I are very adventurous and free and wanted the setting to be in nature." Hough and Laich got engaged in August 2015 after nearly 2 years of dating. Hough is known for competing and serving as a judge on Dancing with the Stars, while Laich has played hockey for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Platoon stars Johnny Depp, Charlie Sheen, and Kevin Dillon reunite over the weekend. Depp, Sheen, and Dillon came together at Depp's house Sunday, more than 30 years after the Oliver Stone movie opened in theaters in December 1986. Dillon captioned a photo on Instagram of himself with Depp and Sheen, #Platoon, 30-year, #reunion last night at #Johnny Depp's house, #good times at Charlie Sheen. Platoon starred Sheen as Private First Class Chris Taylor with Depp as Lerner and Dillon as Buddy. The anti-war film was set during the Vietnam War and co-starred Tom Berenger, Willem Dafoe, and John C. McGinley. Dillon told the Daily Mail in December, "I think a big reason we're all still friends is because we all had such an exceptional experience shooting that film." He said, "It was just such an incredible experience. I still look back on it as such a great time in my life. I was young, and I loved it." Platoon won 4 Oscars, including Best Picture and Best Director for Stone. Stone confirmed in an interview with Entertainment Weekly in 2011 that he hired Sheen after considering Depp, Keanu Reeves, and Cloud McLaughlin as Taylor. The director recalled Charlie was dumbstruck, 17 years old for the first time he came in for the film, back when we were going to make it in '84. And in those 2 years, he'd grown and seemed perfectly wide-eyed and had a vaguely privileged look. He added, "I think he did a great job. He was perfect for the movie. He conveys the horror of the place. I like his performance." Depp, Sheen, and Dillon have since starred in the Pirates of the Caribbean's movie, 2.5 Men, and Entourage, respectively. Comic book legend Stan Lee said he was thrilled and overwhelmed to have his handprints and footprints immortalized in front of Hollywood's TCL Chinese Theater on Monday. The 94-year-old Marvel's comic co-creator got his hands a little dirty at his own slab of concrete, joining the likes of Humphrey Bogart, John Wayne, and Marilyn Monroe outside the iconic theater. Lee said, "If I had known I was so good, I'd have to ask for a raise. I can't tell you what it means to me. I'm thrilled. I'm overwhelmed." Lee is the name behind countless comic book characters, a source that has been mined for dozens of movies and television shows, including the recently released Spider-Man Homecoming and Guardians of the Galaxy. He has appeared in cameos in most of the featured films. Marvel Cinematic Universe president and producer Kevin Feige, Black Panther star Chadwick Boseman, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. star Clark Gregg, and Guardians of the Galaxy writer James Gunn were on hand for the ceremony. Boseman lauded Lee for his creation of one of the first black comic book characters in the midst of the civil rights movement. Boseman says, "You have to think about it's beyond civil rights. It's black empowerment. We as African Americans, we're not just victims. We're not just the colonialized. We're not just slaves. We were kings and queens. We're in an advanced scientific nation. We had the abilities beyond what other people knew." Director and comic book lover Kevin Smith emceed the event. He says, "Stan Lee is a deep part of my DNA and genetics, and it's an honor to be here. He didn't teach me to read, but he taught me how to enjoy reading. He didn't teach me to dream, but he gave me so many things to dream about." Less than 2 weeks after the death of Joan Lee, Lee said he wished his wife could have been there to witness the moment. The next Lee-inspired movies scheduled to hit theaters are Thor Ragnarok on November 3rd, Black Panther on February 16, 2018, Avengers Infinity on May 4, 2018, Ant-Man and the Wasp on July 6, 2018, and Captain Marvel on March 8, 2019. R&B star R. Kelly is denying allegations that he's holding women against their will as part of an abusive cult inside his rented properties in Atlanta and Chicago. The singer's lawyer, Linda Minch, said in a statement, Mr. Robert Kelly is both alarmed and disturbed by the recent revelations attributed to him. Mr. Kelly unequivocally denies such accusations. The accusation comes from a BuzzFeed report released Monday that cites three unnamed set of parents who state they have not heard from their daughters for months as Kelly brainwashed them as part of a cult. The parents said that their daughters, who are over the age of consent and who got with Kelly to further their music careers, have their daily activities controlled by the 50-year-old, including what they can wear and eat. Kelly has also been accused of demanding sex with the women and recording him. Three ex-members of Kelly's entourage also came forward to support the parents' statement regarding his controlled behavior. Jocelyn Savage, who is currently living with Kelly, spoke with TMZ Monday and denied that she was living in a cult. She says, "I'm in a happy place in my life and I'm not being brainwashed. I'm totally fine and happy where I am at." Kelly was previously acquitted of 14 charges of making child pornography in 2008 following the release of a videotape that allegedly featured the performer having sex with a 14-year-old girl. And finally, The Weeknd, Coldplay, and Kesha and more are set to headline the upcoming 2017 iHeartRadio Music Festival. The two-day event is set to take place on September 22nd to the 23rd at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas and will also feature performances from DJ Khaled, Chris Stapleton, Lorde, Kings of Leon, Big Sean, Pink, Miley Cyrus, 30 Seconds to Mars, Niall Horan, David Guetta, Thomas Rhett, and Harry Styles. Other artists will also include Migos, Halsey, Fume, French Montana, Neil Horan, All Time Low, Khalid, and Julia Michaels will be performed during the iHeart's Daytime Village set location across the luxury hotel and casino on September 23rd. Tickets for the concert are set to go on sale for Capital One card holders starting July 25th and for the public July 28th. The festival will be broadcast live on iHeartMedia radio stations and through the CW network and through their website and apps. The CW will then air a television special on Wednesday, October 4th and Thursday, October 5th. President of Entertainment Enterprises of iHeartMedia, John Skiles, said in a statement, "Our goal every year is to create the most diverse music festival in the world. The only thing that these artists have in common is that they all are the best in their class." The 2017 iHeartRadio Music Festival marks the first major performance for Kesha after releasing her new single, Praying, for her upcoming album, Rainbow. The pop star is coming off her long-running legal battle with producer Dr. Luke. And as your entertainment report for Wednesday, July 19th, 2017, I'm your host, Mr. Downtown Ray Melo. I'll be back tomorrow to deliver some major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Melo, that's RAYMELO, on Twitter at The Enter Report, or on Instagram at The Entertainment Report. You can listen to this episode or any previous episodes of The Entertainment Report anytime you want on iHeartRadio. Just go to iHeart.com or your iHeart phone app, search for The Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to the page. Good night, and God bless you all.